Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to add floor plans to your Home Assistant, and to make it look nice we're going to prepare some images in Photoshop. I made this floor plan in Cohoom using the free version and took a subscription to export them in a higher resolution. In Photoshop we just removed the background and we're going to add a layer to put the light effect in. Set the layer effect to linear dodge and lower the fill to 83%. After this we have to right click on the layer and choose blending options. In this window we uncheck transparency shapes layer. And now we are ready to paint. We're going to choose the brush and make it around 600 pixels. As you can see, I put a selection border around it so the light does not flow outside of the shed. And because I think it's a little bit too bright, we're gonna pull the fill down to around 50%. And that's a little too light, so we're gonna put the fill up again around 60%. And I think that is the right amount. And it's that easy. So now we're gonna rinse and repeat. Add a new layer. Make the selection. Add the layer effect linear dodge. Change the fill to 83%. And then right click to change the blending options. Uncheck the transparency shape layer. Choose your brush and make it smaller. Again, it's that simple. Now we're going to do the rest of the lights, but a little bit faster. If you want to skip and adjust every layer, make one layer, adjust the settings, and push Command J to duplicate that layer. What you can see me do in the background is using the selection box to make sure the light is underneath the cabinet and does not shine above it. And this way you can make some special effects in your drawings, and this makes it really look good. Here the light is inside a cabinet, and I want it to shine outside and not on the cabinet itself. And when we've done all the lights, it's time to export the files. Make sure you show only the layer you want to export. Go to File, Export, Export As. Check if the size is correct and then choose Export. Give it a file name, choose Save. Then you deselect this layer, select the next layer, and we do the same again. Go to File, Export, Export As. Check if the size is correct, choose Export, give it a name, and choose Save. Now it's time to change to the next layer again, and we're going to do this process for every layer. This concludes the ground floor, and now we're gonna do the other floors. In the background you can see I made one layer, adjust the settings, and then duplicated the layers. Then give the layers the proper name of which lighting it is, and then put the light in every layer. And then when you're satisfied with the lighting, you export all the files again. And while I'm exporting all the files, please leave a like on this video and consider to subscribe. You would really help my channel out. Now we reach the second floor. Here we add layers again and then put the lights where they should be. I'm also adding lights to my printers just to show if they are on or off. And when we're done, we're gonna export the files again. Now we have all the files, it's time to upload them to your Home Assistant installation. And to get my files into Home Assistant, I'm going to use an add-on called Samba Share. And to see if you have it, go to Settings, Add-ons, and see if Samba Share is there. If it's not, you can simply add it by going to the add-on store and select it there. Because I'm on a Mac, I'm going to simply press Command K and connect to the Samba server. Then fill in your Home Assistant username and password to get access. Choose the folder config and then again select the folder config. In this folder config we're going to the folder www. If this does not exist, you can create it, but you have to restart Home Assistant before you can go any further. Then we go to the folder Floorplans. This is a folder I created inside the www folder, and we're going to put all the files inside there. And when all these files have been transferred, we can close these windows and start building the floor plans. For this I go to my YouTube dashboard, and first I'm gonna explain how we add the picture element and how we add the different elements in this picture element card. In the background you can see I already added the picture element cards, but don't worry, we're gonna do it again from scratch later on. I'm just changing the background in this picture element cards to the backgrounds with the transparency, because this looks better in the light and dark version of Home Assistant. And once that's done, we're gonna start adding the conditional elements. In the picture element card, we're gonna add an element, choose conditional, then give it a name and add a condition. Here we choose entity state and select the entity that we want to use. Now we select the state we want to match and then add an image element that will be shown when the state has been matched. Now we're going to select from media and choose manual entry. Here we're going to fill in the path to the image, and be careful because it's case sensitive. Something I forgot, but I will add this later on. Add to style with 100%. Okay, this element is done and we're gonna add the next one. And this works the same. Add a conditional element. Give it a name. Then add a condition. Entity state. Select the entity you want the state to be monitored. And then select the state you want it to be equal to. Then select an image element that will be shown when the state has been matched. We choose manual entry again and fill in the local path. Now we know how to add the elements to a picture element card. Let's start from scratch. From scratch I mean we're going to make a new view in our dashboard, and for this we're going to use the panel view. That means one single card per view. We are going to drag the view to the right position, and then we're going to add the picture element card. After removing the state match, we're going to change the card options and put in the local path to the image we want as a background. After this is done, we're going to add the elements, and we're going to add a conditional element, putting all the settings like we did before. And here you can see we're going to add width 100%. Press save and then do the next. After we added a lot of these by hand, I'm going to show you a faster way. You can also go to code editor and then select one of the conditional elements. After we select it, we can copy it and paste it. After pasting it, we have to make sure the indent is correct, then we change the title, the entity, and the image that has to be shown. And this is a much faster way. Now that we have the ground floor done, let's speed run through the rest of the floors. If you made it this far into this video, please leave a like and consider to subscribe to my channel. You would really help my channel out. After we finish the first floor, we're gonna select and paste the complete code of the first floor into a new element card for the second floor. Here we're gonna change the values and voila, we got a second floor. This is absolutely the fastest way to add additional floors. And this is also the method we are going to use to add an additional view in our dashboard, which has all the picture element cards of all the floors in one view. The final thing we want to add to our floor plan is state icons. It's nice to see the state of an entity, but we also want to toggle it in this view. So we're gonna add a state icon, choose the entity and give it a name, choose the action and add transform scale to 2. So we get a bigger icon, and the most important thing, and the thing that takes the most time, is to align the icon on the perfect place. We added this lamp and testing it, it works. Now we're gonna add some more state icons. The state icons work the same as the elements, and the fastest way is in the code editor to select a previous state icon, copy and paste it, and change the values to where you want it to be and which entity you want it to toggle. Be aware that it takes a lot of time to align it perfectly, and if you view it on a different screen, the alignment can be off. I'm also adding a state icon for my 3D printer, so I can turn it on from a distance, but also see if it's active or not. Okay, this floor is done. let's speed run through the other floors. In this video I only show you how to show your lights and toggle your lights with the state icons. In a different video of mine, the link will be in the description below, I show you how you can use presence sensor to light up different rooms to know which rooms are occupied. You can also use sensors for your heating or fans or televisions or whatever entity you have in Home Assistant. You can add them to this floor plan. You can even add your cameras, toggle them or touch them and show the live feed. We are reaching the end of this video, and I hope this video was informative and can help you out building your own floor plans. If you have any questions, put them in the description below or reach out on my Patreon page. As always, I want to thank my Patreons. Again, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel or support me on Patreon. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next.